Yeah, so kind of a bummer. I dropped my baby girl here this weekend. Um, Very low speed. It was in my driveway coming around and there's gravel in it. And was going obviously a little bit quicker than I should, just on a turn in it. And it's mostly paved, but there's this one spot. It's paved too, but there's like loose gravel on it that I probably should have swept away, but I didn't. So made the turn and rear wheel slid out, put my right foot down to plant and hold me up, and of course it slid out too because it was on gravel. So I was going, maybe 1 or 2 miles an hour, and got the frame sliders. They definitely did their job. No damage to the side fairings or the tank cover or anything. All of it was just on the end of the frame slider and the axle sliders. A little scrape on the foot peg and a little scrape on the Yoshimura that you really have to be looking for to see. I can't say this bike's never been on the ground anymore. Oh well, hey, that's bound to happen sooner or later. It's hot. Still playing around with my summer gear selections to try to find the optimum one. It's about 92 today, and there is some humidity, so it's what you expect in Virginia in July. But I got this armor thing, and it's like a mesh. I know most of you've seen them. It's like a mesh thing that holds together hard armor for your elbows, shoulders, chest, and back. So it's pretty good protection for impact and the slide there, but if you land in an area that doesn't have that armor on it, it's like bare skin. So I don't know, it's getting too hot to really wear any jacket, I think. I'm okay with the heat with the jacket, but like once the humidity kicks in, man, it's brutal. So anyway, I think the looks on are a bit much, but I ended up going with the red borders instead of just all black because I figured it would give it a little bit of high vis. I mean, it's a little more visible than it would be all black. I think the all black looked more subtle, which I would have definitely liked, but safety is a factor too. So the topic today is why do I vlog? It like just started off as something I was doing to sort of document my thoughts and my progression as a rider, and I thought it'd be a cool sort of just a personal thing. I never really thought I would have. I don't have many viewers, so like I'm a tiny motovlogger, less than 100 subs, in a world where you got people like Chase and Cycle Cruiser and Jake the Garden Snake, and I watch them all, man. Those guys are great. They're great at what they do. But that's, I think, pretty much how they make their living. And it was just for me like something I could look back on. But it's occurred to me that it's not just about that now, because actually that's a fallacy. The way I ride when I'm motovlogging is nothing like the way I ride when I'm not motovlogging. When I'm motovlogging, I'm probably riding very conservatively, probably at 70% speed, very cautious, because I realize my attention's divided when I'm motovlogging, and so you'll see I chop up my edits, because like if something comes up on the road and I'm mid-sentence, I'll just shut up and do my best to pick it back up. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes there's a little incomplete thought, but The point is that this is not a good gauge of where I am as a rider, and which is sort of what I was going for when I started this, but it's not at all what I'm going for now. Like now, I just sort of, it's like a journey. I don't really know, where I'm going with it, to be honest with you. There are topics that come up to me that are important. There are events that come up to me that are important. Some of it is like an important personal log, like my Blue Ridge Parkway trips. Like, I'm glad I've got that footage. But, you know, am I going to sit back and watch that over and over again? Probably not, you know. I think I've watched each of them twice, and once of them was final edit before I posted it to make sure it was cool. And then I watched it again later. I've done, I think, 3 from the Blue Ridge Parkway or road trips, and just to compare, which is cool. Like, not that I'm any sort of a slick professional editor by any stretch of the imagination, but it has improved. You know, my intro is better. I think the way I edit is better. So, anyway, so. That's kind of what I'm going for in motovlogging. I'm not doing this for the money nor the glory, and to be honest, it's not really 100% clear to me what I'm going for now. I enjoy it, so maybe that's enough. Like, maybe it's enough to like what you're doing and do it. I've got a couple of $100 worth of equipment invested in the motovlog thing. Maybe 300 between helmet mounts, cam, mics, you know, etc. But it's not much, and I've gotten $300 worth of entertainment out of it. You know, I get asked all the time, "Are you recording on a GoPro?" And I'm not. Like, I'm recording on an Ion Air Pro 2 with a corded mic that runs from the back of it to my helmet. But I think the sound quality for what I'm doing there is actually pretty good. So, yeah, so, you know, subs out there that are also motovloggers, chime in, man. What do you do it for? What do you get out of it? You know, some of the people that are subbed to me are really way, way above me as far as, like, subs. And I'm sure they're probably making pretty good money doing it. So just interested. Is it partly for the money, partly for the fun, partly because you want to spread the message of ridership? I mean, that's definitely one of my motivations, but it's not like I've got a really loud bullhorn that I'm talking from with my motovlog. You know, I've got a little audience and I reach a few people, but and you know, maybe it'll grow. I mean, honestly, I'm about to hit 100 subs, and I really never thought I would do that. So I don't know, but that was never really the goal. Like, I never set into this like, I want to get 1,000 subs or I want to get 100 subs. It was just sort of a documenting the journey. So let me know what your thoughts are, what you're getting out of it, what you're putting into it. Thoughts on equipment, thoughts whatever. Thoughts on motovlogging. I'm interested. So, yeah, I think that's it for this motovlog. So until next time, I will see you guys around. Ride safe.